How you doing, fight fans? This is Box Knowledge coming at you once again with my fourth video on the potential mega fight matchup between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather Jr. I'm so excited. I hope it happens. I hope they can agree to, I believe, a 50-50 split, which should satisfy both parties. But with Pretty Boy Floyd, you never know. Alright, the guy is greedy. But having said all that, let's get started, okay? I'm going to do this video about Manny Pacquiao's resume. Fighting resume. I just, did a video. I put it up a video on Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s resume. So here we go. Manny Pacquiao's resume. Okay. Let's look at his last. I don't know how many world champions he's fought because there's a lot of no names, or not no names, but names that we don't know that were world champions that that he fought, but that I just simply don't know. But let's look at the names, all right, and Hall of Famers. Okay. First of all, he fought his last three fights. Actually, this is ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. His last 6 fights have been against the world champions. Okay, guys? Alright, let's start. Miguel Cotto. We all know how that ended. Manny knocked him out. TKO'd him in the 12th round. He is not an all-time great, but you have to give credit where credit is deserved. Miguel Cotto was a bigger, stronger man. He stepped up and just did his thing. Ricky Hatton. Okay, devastating knockout in round 2. Again, he moved up to junior welterweight and knocked him out in the 2nd round. Now, this is kind of a weird coincidence. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s last 2 fights, he's gone from small men to smaller men. Okay, his first of his last 2 fights was against Ricky Hatton, who's a 140-pounder, and then he went even smaller and fought Juan Manuel Marquez, who's a 135-pounder. So he's actually gone smaller and smaller his last 2 fights, which is something to look at, guys. Leave your comments on that. Now, Manny Pacquiao, he has fought, he's faced bigger and bigger opposition. Okay, his last fight was with, his first of his last 2 fights was again with Ricky Hatton. Moved up to junior welterweight, challenged him, knocked him out for the IBO world title. Okay, and not only that, he was the linear champion. Alright? And then his last fight was with Miguel Cotto, moved up to welterweight and knocked him out as well. So meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has gone down more and more. We all know that Manny Pacquiao has gone up more and more. So that's something to look at, guys. Miguel Cotto and Ricky Hatton, although they were great champions, they will not be any Hall of Famers. So I just want to put that out there. Don't want to give too much credit. Here we go to Oscar De La Hoya. Okay? Definitely a Hall of Famer. Fought him at welterweight, and this was when Manny Pacquiao pretty much, his last previous fight was at 135. So he jumped a full division to fight the Golden Boy, knocked him into retirement, TKO'd him in the 8th round. You got to give credit where credit is deserved. David Diaz. A lot of people said, well, who's David Diaz? Well, David Diaz beat Eric Morales, all right, a Hall of Famer. David Diaz has a great amateur pedigree, won the Chicago Gold Gloves, won the Illinois State Gold Gloves, won the National Gold Gloves 4 times. The guy, he was really, really good. Okay, he wasn't a linear champion, but nevertheless, again, not a Hall of Famer, but a world champion nonetheless. Juan Manuel Marquez. 2 very close, controversial decisions with JMM, but he fought him twice. Okay, he fought Juan Manuel Marquez twice. That's a Hall of Famer he's fought twice. Before Juan Manuel Marquez, he fought Marco Antonio Barrera. Okay, fought him twice. Okay, those are 4 fights with Hall of Fame boxers. Okay, before that it was Jorge Solis, but before that it was Eric Morales. Okay, guys, he fought Eric Morales 3 times. That is a total of 7 fights with Hall of Famers. Okay, actually, if you include Oscar De La Hoya, that's 8 fights with future Hall of Famers, with the best of the best. Okay. His resume is unprecedented. Yeah, I could mention, I don't know what that Thai guy's name is, where he won his flyweight title from, but and all the other world champions he has faced. But again, it's just ridiculous when you look. I mean, for example, Ledwaba was the real deal at super bantamweight, but no one knows who he is. So he deserves to be mentioned. He was a world champion. He did TKO him in the 6th round. But when you compare Manny Pacquiao's resume against Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s resume, I mean, it's apple to oranges, apples to oranges. I mean, Manny has been there more times with the best than Floyd Mayweather Jr. I can't say it enough. All right, the difference is huge. I believe this is going to be a huge factor that people are overlooking. Okay, Manny has spent. He just stopped taking mandatories. Okay, this guy is the real deal. He fights the best out there, and he campaigned from as soon as he stepped on American soil. He campaigned on one of the most ambitious fighting schedules known to man. Okay, yes, he lost in the process. He got outboxed by Eric Morales, but came back and KO'd him twice. All right, the latter fight that they had even more impressive than the first time he KO'd him. So, which is amazing. Uh, I'm sort of at a loss for words. So let's recap, guys. He's fought Miguel Cotto. He's fought Ricky Hatton. He's fought Oscar De La Hoya. He's fought David Diaz. He's fought Juan Manuel Marquez. He's fought Marco Antonio Barrera. His last 6 fights have been against the elite of those divisions. Okay? His last 6 fights have been against world champions. But not only world champions, out of those 6, 3 of them have been all-time greats. And I'm referring to Oscar De La Hoya, Juan Manuel Marquez, and Marco Antonio Barrera. I mean, the numbers don't lie. Those are the facts, and they are undisputed. So, I believe Manny Pacquiao has seen it all. A lot of people criticize him for not fighting African American fighters, but when you're fighting guys that are bigger than you, when you're fighting guys, that are the elite of those divisions, when you're giving guys chances for rematches, okay? When you give a man a chance for a rematch, you're saying, I'm not scared of you. I don't care if you figured me out. It doesn't matter. I have confidence in my ability, and his trainer has confidence in his ability. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has only given one rematch, and that was against Jose Luis Castillo, the man who beat him the first time around. He had to give him a rematch. Otherwise, that would have been lingering over his head, all his career. So to shut up the naysayers, to shut up the whole boxing world, okay, he had to do it. If I were Manny Pacquiao, I would devise a plan to just beat him, but not only beat him convincingly, okay? Because he is not going to get a rematch, no matter how much money they offer Floyd Mayweather Jr. You know, if Floyd Mayweather Jr. wins this fight, which he's very capable of, I was just checking out some of the numbers, he will be favored as well as he should be, because logic tells you. Logic tells you. I mean, it's simple logic, okay? A good defense beats a good offense, okay? Uh, good pitching beats good hitting, okay? If you can't score, you can't win. But you best believe that Manny Pacquiao will cut off the ring. Manny Pacquiao will be able to pin him against the ropes. Manny Pacquiao will be able to test his chin. And I just really, really hope that, Mayweather makes weight. I really, really hope that he doesn't delay the fight. And it'd be kind of cool if they sort of squeezed another fight in between, because they're speculating that May 1st is going to be the date for the fight. I would love to see Manny Pacquiao against Sugar Shane Mosley, or better yet, the winner of Mosley Berto. Why? This is crazy, guys. If Manny Pacquiao faces the winner against Mosley and Berto, he is not only going to be the unified champion, he's probably going to be the WBO, WBC, and WBA champions, but he is going to be that is going to be his 5th lineal title. The man who beat the man. I mean, that is an unprecedented record that surely will stand for a long, long time, if not forever. That is going to add to his legacy. And as a matter of fact, even at this juncture, Manny has nothing left to prove. He owns a victory over Cotto, who beat Mosley. Styles make fights. But it'd be interesting. I really, really hope that Manny takes another fight before the fight against Mayweather, to uh, make the build-up even greater. And it'll be interesting to see who Floyd fights, if he fights with someone before that potential matchup. Leave your comments, guys. Don't be shy, and don't forget to subscribe. Later.